Alright, gonna continue this guide. So I'm on single player just to show you this. We've used this method on official, relatively low level on official PvP, one-time raids. So this island in the southwest is pretty good. Chords north 0.82, east 0.91. It's relatively gonna be, everything's gonna be a little bit higher level than you here. There's gonna be tree guardians, giant eagles, dragons, and typically a golem, and then your run-of-the-mill mobs. So just beware. You definitely, when you do this, you're going to want to have flying potions or a broom, plenty of mana. You're going to need a ton of mana, plenty of health spells, just to be safe, and that's a golem. Don't see a dragon here. I see a golem right there, so that four-legged thing's golem. So this is one spot on the island I typically will check. Oh, there's a ferry. So let's fly over here. And then the other spot I'll check is the monolith. And so yeah, we had a dragon that was pretty close to being tamed, and it got killed by a boar, because what you have to do is, please no giant eagles. Come on, dragons. Dragon. Oh, there's a dragon. Perfect. So you have to weaken them first, because if you don't, then the taming bar goes very slow. So you have to weaken them to a few hundred health. You got to be careful not to kill it. So if the higher the health it has, the slower it tames. You can tame it at 700. It's not awful, but a little bit lower will help. So what we're going to do, start weakening it. And I'm also going to kite it. What you want to do is kite it to a cliff that it can't run up, and so that it's trying to run up the cliff to get to you, but it can't. So that's what I'm going to do here, and then continue to weaken it. And make no mistake, these fireballs hit hard. Even if you have good armor, they hit hard. That's why you need the health potions. Come on, buddy. Oh, and this is considered a grounded dragon, and that's what you want to tame, meaning it cannot. Oh, there's a guardian. It cannot fly until it's tamed. Is it stuck? Okay, no, not anymore. It's not. Now the AI in this game, I'm not going to say it's good, but it's also not terrible, because what the developers have done, they've made it so that you can't just straight line kite these things. A lot of times they'll run in circles, or they won't run the way you want them to. So I have to give them props for that. Now, I'm using this geyser spell, but there's a better spell. The blizzard spell is better. Come on, buddy. And just be careful not to kill it. Now, the blizzard spell will do a ton of damage. I don't want to curse in the video. A ton of damage. All right, so we're down to 1200. One more, and then just kite. Oh, I might have killed it. Yeah, so those crits will get you. So we definitely don't want to hit it anymore. Get a little bit close. Oh, it's stuck. Alright, now if it's stuck, I think it's stuck. Yeah, okay, so it is, oh, there it goes. If it's stuck, you can hover and tame it. There's no shame in taming it if it's stuck. It's not your fault that it gets stuck, unless you intentionally try to glitch it out. If it gets stuck, just tame it. There's no shame in it. Now what we're gonna do, I'm trying to kite it over here, but this is another thing with these dragons. Sometimes they'll run, sometimes they'll shoot fireballs, and then they'll de-aggro like that. Come on. So you just have a little patience, and once you get it where you want it, it'll be worth it. And you know, I'm gonna try a new spot, because I'm just to show that there's not just one way to tame it. So I'm gonna try to use this little corner area. And once we get it over here, it should try to get me, and it can't. So you can either stand on a rock or hover. Now, when you want to put Pacify on a wand, I find that wands are the best for this. So Pacify is nature's essence and, it's light essence and utility. So we're gonna go to spells, light essence, add to spell. Now, add fairy dust to this to add range. Max this thing out with fairy dust. Fairy dust is easy to get. Oh crap, that's the one thing I hate. Try it again. Add a spell. Put a bunch of fairy dust on. And then utility. map it to your wand because it's technically single target. It looks like it's stuck, honestly. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna try to see if I can land here. Okay. And now, just got to get line of sight. We're relatively close enough. Come on. Now, the Pacify spell does have a very limited range. Oh, fly away! And yeah, keep your flight on. That flamethrower, by the way, if it hits you, it is gonna wreck you. Alright, so for this, I'm just gonna fly for a second. And you can fly here, just keep popping mana spells. But I've never tamed it in this corner, I'm just showing you, this is how you can do it. Anywhere where there's like a corner ledge that you know they can't run up, like make sure it's like pretty much straight up, you can do this. Now, the taming bar around the dragon icon by its name, that blue bar, it's really small, but if you're on a monitor, you'll be able to see it. And I don't even have enough mana to do this, but I don't have mana gear on. This is single player. I don't have good gear on, but if you have good gear, like on official, with my mana ring, I was actually, I was still generating mana while using the spell. So just something to be aware of. So it's about half tamed right now. And there's no boost for taming on here. So this is how fast it would tame on official, with, you know, with the HP being as low as it is. So this may not seem very far, but compared to other weapons, this is really far for Pacify with the fairy buff on it. So make sure you do that. Oh, okay. And it's almost tamed. Now we do need a saddle, unfortunately, but just keep using this Pacify spell. And I have to give props to the person who showed me this method. I didn't come up with this. My friend Napo's son came up with it, and I played Arc with him for a long time. Okay, so now it's ready. Once you can't cast the spell on it anymore, it's ready. It won't attack you. It's just gonna look at you. Go up to it, tame creature, give it its name. We're gonna name it Spike. Accept, and now you have your dragon. And it really is that easy. Granted, I have the speed boosted on flying, so that made it a little bit easier. But you get the gist of it. We've done this. It's not impossible. Now you need a saddle for it. Once you have the saddle in your inventory, press square or whatever on your platform and go to the saddle. And then if you have the saddle, you can equip it. And then yeah, you've got your own dragon. And actually, just to show you, let me put this on follow. So to put it on follow, you hold square, go to the arrow, and then follow. You can either put it on defend, aggressive, passive, whatever. So we're gonna put it on defend, and I'm just gonna have it follow me over here. I'm gonna very quickly build a, and yeah, so that's another thing I like about this game. If you have them on follow and it gets stuck, like it will start flying. So it's kind of nice. All right, we need a floor and we need a workbench, and we can make a saddle. Workbench. Okay, and go down. We need to learn the saddle. And I have the flight speed boosted, so don't, you know, we play on official, but I'm doing this video on single player. But don't think that it's gonna be this fast when you get it. But they are faster than the entry broom. Plus there's no cost to fly on them, so it's kind of nice. Once you get that, then you can just fly around with all iron, with better armor on, essentially, because you're not having to use mana to fly across the map. All right, this is going. Now keep in mind, this is a pretty dangerous island, but on this little stretch where I took it, there typically isn't anything. So you can try that corner there, which I'm probably gonna try that corner on official today. There's another one if you follow this bend around. Matter of fact, I'll just go real quick. There's the one all the way, where is it? Oh, I lost it. It's on the other side over there. Where it comes to like a spearhead. Okay, is our saddle done? Nope, still crafting. Oh man, this flight speed is going to be crazy on this dragon. I already know. Oh, there's a pixie over there. Or a fairy or a sprite, whatever you want to call it. If you do have any questions about taming the dragon, post it in the comments. I typically will check the comments, and I reply to all the comments, no matter if the video has a few hundred views, a few thousand, tens of thousands. I typically try to reply to the comments. So ask any questions in the comments. Just waiting on the saddle to be complete. Another thing about the dragons, since this is still taming, you have to increase their tame time. So you have to place things in their inventory that increase the tame time. I don't actually have anything in my inventory, but meat, food, bread, all that will increase the tame time. To look at your how much time you have left before your tame basically turns wild again, go to the menu and go over to where the horse is. That's your mounts. You can have up to 4 mounts at a time. And right above that arrow right there, it has a timer. And that's how much time you have left. So on this one, it's 1 hour and 56 minutes. Now, like on official, I have mine up to over 100 hours. And it was pretty easy to get it up there. So hopefully it stays that way, considering you can only have 4 tames. But yeah, there you got your saddle on there now. And to ride it, and you might want to get used to this, you use the whatever the options button is for the interact button for your platform. Interact, and then down, immediately down to hop on. And you want to get good at this, because if you need to hop on it in a pinch, you want to be able to do it fast. So just interact down and then confirm, whatever the confirm button is. So once again, look at it, interact down, hop on, and now I'll do it in full speed. Interact down, hop on. Okay, so that's how you do it quick. Maybe in the future they'll have something faster. Now to fly on PlayStation, it's circle, but it's going to be whatever your trinket button, to activate your trinket is. It has 2 attacks: the left click, right click, R2, L2, right bumper, left bumper, whatever, or right trigger, left trigger, whatever platform you're on. It's going to have, this one will have a flamethrower, which does a pretty decent damage tick. It's not great, but what's nice about it is you can body block with the dragon so that you don't get hit while you're mounted while flying. So alright, that's one option. The other one's the bite, which uses less mana. It hits pretty hard. And yeah, that's how you use the dragon. To land, you use your trinket button again. It doesn't use any resources to fly. And one thing that we found is you typically want to have some sort of healing spell, whether it's an AoE or a beam healing, so you can heal your dragon. You can see its health and mana bar on the bottom right there. And just keep an eye on that while you're in combat. And I'll give you one example. I was flying to my base yesterday on official, and I got aggroed by a phoenix. Now, you cannot outrun a phoenix on a dragon. You just can't. So you either have to have it, kite it to some other creature for it to attack, which it's going to pretty much one-shot anything wild, the phoenix will. Or what I did, what I had success with, was when the phoenix was chasing me, I dove into the water and I was swimming, and every time I was just about to run out of oxygen, I'd peek my head up and then swim again underwater, and eventually it de-aggroed. So you can either do that to get close to a safe zone, or you can do it until the phoenix de-aggroes. Just something to think about. But yeah, just post any comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. And if you have any other questions that I haven't already addressed in the Citadel videos, go ahead and ask them. We probably have the answers. We have a pretty good guild on PlayStation. And this thing's like glitched out right now. Normally it doesn't look like that when it's swimming, just FYI. And if you're still watching, one thing I will say is, there are a few things in this game that are wonky, but don't let that discourage you from playing the game, because the thing is, this game was made by a small studio on a relatively small budget, and so the more people that buy this game, the better it's going to get, because they'll be able to pour more money back into developing, quality of life stuff, future content, etc. for what this game is, it's really good. I mean, it's a really fun game for what it is. Sandbox, wizard, survival type of building game. It's really fun. So just have a little faith in the developers. Thanks for watching, and until next time.